But I do have a couple questions. The first one is, do you believe that the state is openly and fairly trying to negotiate a peaceful resolution?
No, I don't. They're not openly and fairly. We've invited the governor to come down and meet with us.
And
he said he would, but he didn't. August 9th of 2009, we had a flood down here, and it was a real bad flood. I don't know if you've seen the news in Silver Creek when houses got washed away in Rwanda.
Yeah.
Well, we had that big flood happen. Our reservoir, our territory even got affected by it, and prior to that, we had actually asked the governor in a meeting if he would, we extended an invitation for him to come down to our territory here and see our community and see our members and see our buildings. Come actually see what we do.
Did FEMA provide any help for?
Yeah, they did. They helped out.
They did?
That was one of the things is we asked the governor to come down and visit, and he didn't. But you know what? He came to Gowanda when Gowanda was in their state of emergency. So he was in there he was right next door. Yeah. You think he would have came over and said, "Hey, while I'm out here, I told you I'd come and see you guys," but no. And that's just kind of the blatant disregard he has, and I think everybody knows about it. I just think they should get educated a little more on the treaties and why we feel the way we feel.
I think so too. Like, do you guys have websites or anything that people can check out? And
honorindiantreaties.com.
Okay.
Check that one out. We also have a Seneca Nation website.
And is it like the treaties on there?
You can even Google treaties. The Buffalo Creek Treaty. If you Google Buffalo Creek Treaty, it's on there. It shows everything, and that'll link to other treaties and agreements. So it's all information out there on the web.
Yeah, I don't think people are aware where to see the treaty, especially like white Americans. Like they're mostly left in the dark about what happens on reservations. You know what I mean? Like, but before we came here, we were told by at least 50 people to make sure that Native Americans know that they are supported by people in Western New York, that they disagree with their government, and that's why there's a uprising of the Tea Party. I don't know if you
I've heard a little bit about it. I fully don't understand that. I mean, I've been concentrating on our issues here too.
Right.
I'm sure we could get along great.
It's like most people just want to live free and be free people, no matter what race you are or religion.
Nothing's free.
That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
You think that the state is trying to provoke violence from the Native Americans?
I think so. I think it's apparent in the Buffalo News article that was on Patterson. You see, the state police are trying to tell him that we don't want to be involved in this. It's not a good idea. It's just going to lead to it's a really, really dangerous situation that they're getting involved with. Just because of the history that is shown with our other protests and things and rallies we've had, with the tires and all that, 92 to 97. And the state troopers don't even want to be down here. They don't want to come down here. They don't want to get involved.
No.
But you see the governor basically said he didn't care. So, I mean, I think that New York State wants to see something happen.
Especially by that comment that's kind of already insinuating that there's going to be danger.
There you go.
Especially by with Mayor Bloomberg, get your shotgun and cowboy hat.
A lot of people are disgusted by that.
If he did that to the African American public, you'd have Reverend Jesse Jackson,
Asians, anybody,
somebody down there,
It's not cool.
Would be rolling, and I think those politicians would be resigning. But
and if you guys ever tried to organize a march on Washington or on Albany, like the Native Americans,
not too long ago they had one in front of Bloomberg's office. There's some confusion and communication with that, but we had people that were ready to go and wanted to go, but some miscommunication. We ended up not being able to take part in it. And any of our people would be open to participating in any of that stuff.
So you guys do plan on having more open rallies like this for people to come and actually learn what's going on?
I hope so. I haven't heard of any yet. Maybe there's something else planned that I'm not aware of right now. But
I wanted to ask too, like we want to go ask the state questions and see what their side, if they got a side or they're trying to, like what do you think we should ask them? Like what would you like us to ask them?
Why don't you leave the Indians alone?
Right, well we're gonna do that.
Basically, I mean,
that's what it comes down to.
Right, and I've been encouraging, I have a Facebook page, and I've been encouraging all my friends who are native and non-native. I've been linking the governor's website to contact the governor, the New York State government website. And I've been linking it on my page and telling them to pass it along. It takes 5 minutes, not even, to get on there, get into the website. You can email the governor, type a quick message, whatever you want to tell them about, honoring our treaties and, as far as being a New York State taxpayer, what do you think about it?
They work for us, Yeah.
You pay their salaries.
What's your Facebook page?
It's just my name, Travis Jimerson.
Okay. One thing I'm not a lot of people seem to know a lot about is the highway system. is somebody told me 219 is now a federal highway, so that the federal government is saying that's their land. Is the 219 highway you guys' land or theirs?
It's an agreement. In my opinion, it's never their land.
Right.
You can't own land. I can't own land.
Right.
That's the way we've been raised traditionally.
Yes.
Is that this land, when I'm born, this is that, I don't know if you seen Sugar Montour's speech about those faces that we don't see.
Yeah.
That's the 7 generations, and we make decisions, we base it on what the 7 generations will do.
Okay.
But we want to make good decisions for those unborn faces, my great-great-grandchildren. I want to make sure that they have a future.
Right.
So this land here, nobody can ever own this land. Because when I die, I'm just here right now, I'm taking care of it.
You guys
so
respect it, and
the next generations come up, they have something to do. So that's my opinion on everything with this land. You know, this is not anybody's land.
No.
You cannot own the land.
I believe if the Native Americans really own the land still, that you'd be able to drink out of the river. Like the water supply would be clean because it's sacred. You know what I'm saying? The land wouldn't be all polluted like they did to it. You know, like they don't respect it at all. They trash it. And
Westfield, that nuclear plant.
Right.
We have the United Indigenous Peoples Declaration that we're trying to get the United States to sign on, but they won't.
Is that on your land?
It's a worldwide thing.
Okay.
The only ones who haven't signed, as far as I know, is Canada and the United States. But they'll sponsor it, but they won't sign it.
That's another question we could take to them. Why haven't they signed?
Why haven't they signed the United Indigenous Rights Declaration?
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
You got all these other countries doing it.
Yeah.
And they're the ones, and the United States is the one who's promoting peace. That's why we're in all these other countries.
Supposedly, right? Yeah.
Yeah. This is just my last question for you. Let's get on your day. How do you think this conflict could be ended or resolved peacefully?
Honor the treaties.
Honor the treaties.
Simple, plain and simple. There's your answer.
Right, because they're law.
You don't want any violence. You want all this to end. You know, they say that they'll save money, that this will generate money for their budget. Well, everybody's saying we're not taxpayers. We're not going to collect tax for them. So if that was the case, if it did happen, I don't see any of my people collecting tax on them. If that was the case, we'd just stop. So where are they going to make their $110 million up? They would never do it.
Right.
They would never do it.
I understand.
So I mean, the peaceful way to end this would just be to honor their founding fathers' agreements. George Washington, that was his word. They need to honor our treaties. If they broke a treaty with Japan, do you think that the United States would let that happen? I don't think so. All the support we have. I'd like to say many Nyawes to all of the people that came out here today to stand in this hot sun and support our treaties and our issues and our efforts. The non-natives that stand here with us. Let's have a round of applause for them. This is their government that they're mad about. They're here in support for us. I'd hate to see things get sticky. I was down there in 92 and 97. I was just a young guy then. But I seen the way they treated our people. The state troopers had their name tags covered up. They had their clubs out. And that media out there, they need to start showing the real side. Because all they see is a bunch of angry Senecas. They need to start learning our treaties and what those agreements were about. By going back on this treaty, they're going back on the founding father of this great nation, George Washington. That was his word. I'd like to remind them of that. That's all I have to say. Nyawe.